For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. So I'm going to give you a bit of a review video on a backpacking tent from Vango. So with me here today I've got the Heddon, in particular the Heddon 200. So the Vango Heddon is basically a little bit different to a normal kind of backpacking tent that kind of Vango do, and it's different in terms of the collection, mainly because there are no poles that come with it. You don't buy them extra. Your poles essentially are actually your walking poles. So what they're really doing is creating a ability of utilising something you're already going to have on you when you go out trekking. So again, it saves weight and generally means you just haven't got to worry about having a fly sheet. Now, it's available in two sizes, i.e. 100 and a 200, and generally, kind of, in terms of space-wise there, it's quite spacious for what you get, in a way. So the 100 weighs about 1.6, and then the 200 weighs about 1.92 kilograms. So, and probably you might think that's quite a lot just for some fabric, but I think when you actually look at the overall floor plan of the actual tent itself, it's a lot of area in here. Like, so I've got the 200 here, and you've got not only kind of actually kind of a good two-person tent size for sleeping, for backpacking terms, I mean. And then you've got these big, obviously, triangle points for your storage. So, and you've got one either side. So again, it is quite wide and quite long overall. Vango have used their kind of new sort of eco fabric. So it's a 70 denier material, waterproof to 3000 ml, height to the head. It's got a really nice kind of embossedness to it. In fact, this one has actually. Apologies. No, so this is it. Yeah, it's an eco fabric, but the 70D material, it feels like a good sort of weight gesturing to it. So I would say definitely is more of a true 70D. Webbing straps located kind of on the bottom, so you can actually get sort of proper nice tension and adjust that more than happily. In terms of kind of the pitching, what I would recommend doing is actually pitch the inner tent base first. So peg the main four corners of the inner tent directly out. Then you can almost then use that as a guide to peg the fly sheet directly over the top of it. And in a way, in fact, what we'll do here, let's just take this off here, just to show you. So your walking pole, really, any walking pole would be suffice. Doesn't matter how big the handle, what you have is a sleeve part that's located in the tent itself. So merely that will go directly up and in. From there you can just flip that over, and then at the bottom of the inner tent we've got a eyelet point. So we're going to merely just leverage that up, feed the eyelet in. It's one of those things, of course, you can also adjust that to get the right amount of tension to it. And from there, we can then peg it out. So I recommend kind of just undo that a little bit. It helps if I've got the points in the right places. Perfect. So yeah, easy kind of concept, but actually when it's physically up, it's really quite robust. It's quite surprising how structurally strong it generally quite is. So it's great against the wind and the rain. Again, you've got some nice sort of visible guy lines on either side to give a bit more tension. And generally, from a headroom point of view, can sit up in here really quite nice and neatly. There's definitely more of a vibrant colour with the inner tent. So you've got this beautiful kind of blue ground sheet. About, again, I think it's a 6000 ml height to the head on this as well. So it's a good waterproof rating. Big storage pockets on the internal side as well, just so you can declutter a lot of things. But certainly when the door is shut, like I said, that generally makes it quite nice and spacious. And because it's almost symmetrical and you've got a door on one side and then not the other, so you can actually, again, if the weather changes when freezing, you can have access directly from the one side, and rather than, so you're sort of sheltered away from the rain. Ventilation point directly above it as well. So even when the doors are shut, you can have a circulation of air into the point. And it's got this pre-part pole into the fabric itself, just to kind of keep it really nice and tidy and at bay. Little Velcro parts over just to give the zip a bit more coverage. But I'll tell you what, let's head on inside, just to give you a bit more of a better understanding of the Heddon itself. basically because obviously there is no poles, it means you can sort of tinker with the pack size a little bit. So it sits really quite nicely. You can see almost from the edge there, kind of how that overall span is quite wide, and that's, like I said, for a 200 tent, it really is generally quite spacious. A good amount of storage located down the side here as well, and you've got toggle points so this door can fully roll back if you wanted to, so you can just have it almost like a well, just the poles in the inner tent. Storage pockets internally as well, so again that works really quite nicely. The door will more than happily sort of zip up. There's no mesh built into the door, just as a point of reference, but you know, you're relying really on the mesh part for the rest of it itself. There's always the small little detailing, like there's a little bit of a kind of a pole built into that part on there, just to kind of raise that up a little bit more to give you a bit more internal height, and that's the same at the front as well as also the back. And again, symmetrical in the way that we've got those little ridges in the corners, just again to give you a bit more overall space. That will kind of look around this side again. So yeah, works really well. It's not overly sort of too tall without being kind of too low. So generally it works quite nicely. For more information on the Heddon, you're more welcome to check the link below this video. We've got basically our everything from the sort of pack sizes, floor dimensions, individual features is all listed on our website, as well as the latest prices and so on. So there's other bits on there you can check out, as well as other backpacking tents. And it's worth having a look in comparison to the size actually between the 100 and the 200 in the Heddon. Just offers something a little bit different to what you'll see on the marketplace. But hopefully you found this helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon in our next Attwoolls Outdoors video.